Supplemental property taxes, the reassessment of property taxes after death in California. That's our topic today. We'll get started right after this. In this video, we are striving to demystify the supplemental property taxes for administrators, executors, and trustees in California. Our goal is we aim to shed light on supplemental property taxes, their significance, and how they impact you, the estate, and the property left behind by your loved one. We understand that this topic can be perplexing, so we've compiled answers to commonly asked questions about supplemental property taxes to help you gain a better understanding. Supplemental property taxes primarily come into play when a property is sold to a new homeowner. During the escrow process, the property taxes are calculated based on the seller's tax assessment. Within approximately 6 months or so of purchasing a property, the new owner will receive a supplemental property tax bill. Hopefully this is not a surprise and the buyer's real estate agent let them know to expect the most likely huge increase in property taxes. Since you're here watching this video, you may not know what supplemental property taxes are, what they do, and how they affect you, the estate, and your loved one's property. To help you better understand this confusing subject, we've answered some of the questions most commonly asked about supplemental property taxes. Hi, I'm KimWard. Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me by now, what I do is help executors, administrators, and trustees with homes that are in probate or trust administration in San Diego. I am a real estate broker and a certified probate real estate advisor. So, how will supplemental property taxes affect you as the administrator, executor, or trustee of a probate or trust administration? The most common supplemental property taxes occur when a property sells to a new homeowner. When the property sells through escrow, the property taxes are calculated using the seller's property taxes. The new owner will receive the supplemental property tax bill typically within 6 months of purchasing the property. When there is a death in California, the San Diego County Tax Assessor will reassess the decedent's home as of the date of death. This means that if your loved one passed away on November 18th, the San Diego County Tax Assessor will reassess the value of the home based on the current real estate market beginning that date. This will then trigger a supplemental property tax bill that will need to be paid by the estate. Using the hypothetical November 18th date idea, let's consider if the decedent's home is sold in May of the following year, there would be approximately 6 months of increased taxes that will need to be paid by the estate. Now, let's get into the math. If the decedent's yearly tax bill was $1,500 per year or $125 per month, based on the initial purchase price of, let's say, $125,000 decades ago, there could be up to a 2% increase per year in the property tax amount based on Proposition 13. Proposition 13 refers to the most that the San Diego County Tax Assessor can increase the yearly property taxes on a home in San Diego County. When there is a death in California, in most cases, the decedent's home has substantially increased in value. And if the property value is now $1 million, the San Diego County Tax Assessor might assess the property at $800,000, because you have to remember there's land and they have all kinds of calculations that they do. The value of today of $800,000 could equate into an increased annual property tax of approximately, wait for it, $10,000 per year, or a whopping $833 per month. In this scenario, from the date of death in California until the date that the property sold 6 months later, the supplemental tax bill that you would receive would be approximately $4,248, and the supplemental property taxes would need to be paid by the estate within a time period noted on the supplemental tax bill. The next question would be, when explaining supplemental property taxes, We've been asked, will the supplemental taxes be prorated in escrow? And the answer is no. Unlike ordinary annual taxes, the supplemental tax is a one-time tax which dates from the date of death in California. And the obligation for this tax is entirely that of the estate. As a side note, we always recommend that the executor, administrator, or trustee hold in the estate bank account $10,000 to $20,000 until they know that all debts and obligations, including the supplemental property tax bill, have been taken care of. Because, as you can imagine, it might be very difficult to get money back from the beneficiaries once the proceeds have been distributed. So, if you are in the position of being a personal representative for an estate, you'll want to keep some funds available for the supplemental property tax bill that's coming. Next question would be, when and how will the estate be billed? When is not easy to predict. You could receive a bill in as few as 3 months after the sale of the decedent's home, or you could receive a bill over 6 months after the death. The question when will depend on the workload of the San Diego County Tax Assessor. After the property transfers to the new home buyer, they'll be owning the property then, the county will become aware of the recording of that title change. The county will calculate the amount of the reassessment of property taxes, and the tax collector will then mail a supplemental property tax bill. And I really don't know how they calculate these types of bills. If you're really curious about that, you might want to contact the San Diego County Tax Assessor office and find out how they do it. The supplemental property tax bill will identify, among other things, the following information: the amount of the supplemental property tax and the date on which the taxes will become delinquent. As another side note, you probably want to make sure that you keep the mail forwarding to your home address in place until after you receive the supplemental property tax bill. Again, it could be up to a year before you receive that bill. Our next question is, you're probably wondering, how will the amount of the supplemental tax bill be determined? Again, there is a formula used to determine the supplemental property taxes. The total supplemental assessment will be prorated from your loved one's date of death in California until the real property, the decedent's home, transferred title to the new homeowner. So thank you for watching. We appreciate your time and attention. Please like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and comment below. If you have any further questions regarding a supplemental tax bills, I again encourage you to reach out to the San Diego County Tax Assessor's office, and they will be very happy to guide you through any additional questions you may have. Thanks for watching. See you next week.